Howdy! Welcome back to Alchemy Academy. My name is Corndog Jones Jr., and I'm going for top 10 rank in the Magic the Gathering Arena using only homebrews. Today we're going to be running a Reanimator deck focused around the new Bloomburrow card, Coiling Rebirth. Coiling Rebirth is a 5-mana black sorcery spell that allows you to reanimate a creature card from your graveyard and gives you the option of gifting your opponent a card to create a 1/1 token copy of that creature as well. We'll be using this card in a very control-y Reanimator shell to grind insane value on cards like Trumpeting Carnosaur, Ballborn Tyrant, and Vein Ripper. We had a similar build that got us all the way down to Mythic rank 65 last season, so I see high potential for this deck to absolutely pop off. If you want to learn more about the deck, stick around and I'll go in depth on all the deck building choices right after the first game. As a reminder, I'll be streaming on Twitch at Corndog Jones Jr. when this video premieres, so if you happen to catch it, stop by and say hi. Currently, we're starting off the season in low ranked plat. Let's see how far we can climb. Luckily we drew our lands correctly and we have our ill-timed explosions because we are playing the mice deck, which is a pain in the ass. And I'm assuming he has a recruiting structure because he wanted to get this cheeky house mouse out early. Brave Meadow Guard, interesting. I think that we just kill this house mouse. We want to reduce the amount of damage we're taking to as little as possible. I will be playing this though. I want to find our next land. So Artist Talent allows us to filter our deck. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. And then it's level 2 is non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We don't really care about the level 3, but sometimes we level it up just for kicks. I think that this is probably one of the best inclusions in the deck out of the new cards I added from the what's it called? The redo of the deck, is that the word? Alright, I think I'd shoot the Sheriff whatever gets pumped up here by the Manifold Mouse. I want him to like just spend all his resources on the Brave Meadow Guard or something. Yeah, so he'll be swinging for a lot of damage. Here, let's just kill this now. We'll discard the Ballborn Tyrant. So we want to be discarding these big things, so it's nice to like have a guilt-free discard option, you know? Hopefully he plays something that I can kill with the ill-timed explosion too. Yep, cheeky house mouse. Alright, I think I discard the Virtue here, which is kind of tough. This is a life gain, but we want the instant speed interaction and we want the wide interaction from the ill-timed explosion. Yeah, I'll discard this and this because we were the first to go, correct? Yeah, I was the first to go, so Shovicide is not as good as the Shoot the Sheriff here. Next turn, my guess is we're probably upgrading Artist Talent and just holding the Shoot the Sheriff. I could also be drawing with the ill-timed explosion, but I don't know if that's that good at this point. Yeah. Yeah, not sure if that's that good at this point. I had this ping video I made. I got the finished version. I just don't didn't have the time to actually make the video, so I'm probably gonna make that video and then make this video and then have like some stuff in the tank and probably take a few days off of working on this stuff. My guess, at least. But look at this. Now we got a 1-mana Shoot the Sheriff, so pretty nice. I kind of downplayed Shoot the Sheriff, but it was kind of the answer I needed in such like a it's such like a boring mono red meta, like that. None of them are outlaws, none of the creatures I'm facing, so oh, that's actually sweet. All right, so we can play, maybe we'll just draw. Decline, let's just draw. All right, we get some cheap spells in the wing here. I will be blocking, I think. Never mind. I was going to say I'd block, but now that he kind of gave me an out, I'm not too upset about that. All right, I guess I get to take the recruit instructor. Here, let's just do this. Yeah. All right. Oh, welcome back. So we're gonna run a little deck tech now. That first game was pretty good. We're gonna face a lot of mono red and mice this video, so just fair warning. But we do fare pretty well against them. So we are really built around 2 cards here in this deck. And the first one's Coiling Rebirth. So Coiling Rebirth, as I mentioned earlier, is a 5-mana black spell, sorcery. You can gift a card, and then you return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then if you gifted, you create a token that's a copy of it. That's a 1/1. So it's like a little offspring token. This card comp was really, really well with some really late game bombs that sometimes will have good synergies with themselves. So that's kind of the goal. We want to find late game things that aren't legendary that will have strong ETBs or attack triggers that will also double up on their triggers as if you have like another one. So I have a whole list of those. We also have push pulls. Push pulls does the same thing. So it's more of like an instant like you die spell. So if you fill your graveyard, you can pull out a bunch of big threats on your before your combat phase and then swing in. Hopefully get a bunch of value off their enters the battlefield, attack or death triggers, and you just sometimes it'll just win you the game in one turn, even if you're like way behind. So yeah, we're built around Coiling Rebirth and push pull. I'd give honorable mentions as probably it's not really honorable mentions. It's like the best mention. Like this ill-timed explosion is the card that brings this whole deck together. It makes it pretty unbeatable for a lot of the archetypes we play against because one, it is filtering. So we're looking through our deck to find the pieces we need. Most of the time we're looking for lands. Second, it's board removal. We have ill-timed explosion. We're going to be discarding a card that's normally high mana value because we want to fill our graveyard. So ill-timed explosion is normally going to be doing 6, 7, or 8 damage on discard. And so you're wiping the board, you're filtering, and you're drawing cards if you don't need to wipe the board. So it's just all around just the best card in the deck. I think it brings it all together. Going down the list though, we have one of 3 steps ahead. This is a maybe. I don't know if I keep this in the deck, but I think it's pretty cute. Sometimes I need it. Sometimes like I'll run into it and I'm like, oh, it's nice to have this counter spell. Sometimes it screws me if Heist pulls this though. Whenever they play a Grenzo, they're always going to steal the counter spell first because they want to protect the Grenzo. So if they steal my 3 steps ahead, then a lot of the times I'm just a little bit out of luck. But it is nice combo protection. It's if we draw into it. The only thing is we only have a 1 of, so I don't really know what the purpose of the card is in the deck, but to be honest, it works, and the deck is performing really well, so I'm just going to keep it in for now. Tiny Bones is a really good early game tempo. We play it, and we either kill something on the next turn, or with like any of our removal spells, Feed the Cycle, Shoot the Sheriff, Shove Aside, or we just use it as a blocker for a mono red threat. So normally this is going to at least trade with something like a Heartfire Hero, and then sometimes we get even more value by stealing like some dorky 2 or 3 drop from the opponent's field and making them use a removal spell on it or something like that, or just getting a little bit more value. So it's nice to have. I like to have it in the deck, and sometimes you can even pull it out of the graveyard if you don't have any other targets, and it'll like maybe give you some value stealing something from their graveyard, but that's just like a very fringe case. But anyways, I like the card. I think it's nice. Moving on, I already talked about removal. Artist Talent is the newest introduction from Bloomburrow into this deck. So we had a deck that before Bloomburrow came out got us to rank 65 on the Mythical leaderboard. And then we went all the way down to like 35 with another deck. But that deck was basically a clone of this deck with a bunch of different pieces and different win cons and kind of a different structure. And Artist Talent is one of the pieces that I think improves that deck tremendously. So we play Artist Talent, and then we have all these removal spells, all these filtering spells, all these non-creature spells, and every single time we play one, we're looking for our lands, we're looking for our combo pieces, we're looking for whatever we need by discarding and drawing a card. And this card does it so fast and so efficient. Also, it's a level 2 non-creature spells. You cast cost 1 less to cast. That's also really strong for getting to our push-pull faster and our Coiling Rebirth faster because we don't have any ramp in the deck. So that's just really nice. I think this card is just an absolute beast in the deck. I don't think I'd put more than one in, but I think when I do run into it, it is just the biggest help. The biggest help I can ask for. So love this card. Great to have in the deck. Brass's Tunnel Grinder is honorable mention for the same reason. So this also helps me look through my deck. The only thing with Brass's Tunnel Grinder though is that it has a huge payoff if we end up getting 3 descend counters on it, because we can discover X every time we cast a permanent spell after we flip this card. Only thing is, in my previous decks when I was running Brass's Tunnel Grinder, I had a lot of reanimation spells like that Gix's spell, Cruelty of Gix. Maybe was that what it was called? It was one that reanimated for 5 mana and it was an enchantment saga. And I had the Rakdos Joins Up spell. So those were permanent spells that I played that I could discover off of. I don't have any reanimation spells that are permanents, only Coiling Rebirth and Push Pull. So I don't get that same value on those big spells because everything below the 5-drop or even like my ending ones are going to be non-permanent non-permanent spells, except for maybe the infamous Cruel Claw and the Tiny Bones. So don't get as much value on Coiling Rebirth, on Brass's Tunnel Grinder with that, but it is still a great filtering spell, and sometimes I'll get a little bit of value off of it, which is nice. Infamous Cruel Claw is another discard spell. So when it deals combat damage to a player, you exile cards on top of your library into exile non-land card, and then you can cast that card by discarding a card rather than paying its mana cost. Sometimes I just play this, and it just keeps hitting the opponent's face, and I'll like be able to play like a Vaultborn Tyrant for free, or like a Grenzo for free, or a Trumpeting Carnosaur for free, and it just gets me unbelievable value out of nowhere, and like they may just like not have the answer. If they don't have the answer, this card just like is just it. It's a must-kill threat, and if they don't kill it, then like I'm playing my big threats sometimes, or getting free kill spells, and I'm filtering through my deck, getting rid of like a Vaultborn Tyrant in my hand that I literally can't play, things like that. So this card just free like cheating. I do have to discard a card, but for my deck, that's not a bad thing most of the time. But yeah, I love this card. This is such a cool card, and it's really fun to play. The End. This card's a maybe as well. This card's really nice against like something like a Grenzo. If you can exile a Grenzo from a heist deck upon them playing it, you just don't have to deal with that card anymore for the rest of the game. It's just nice. It's just nice to like not like to like exile like a main threat. Like maybe you exile like a Tesa or something, and that's just like really valuable. It's nice to get rid of it. So yeah, I like the End. I think that sometimes it's a little bit too expensive though. So it's a maybe for this one, along with 3 steps ahead. I think that those are things that I can upgrade with the deck. As with all my decks, they're not perfect. I make these decks pretty fast for the videos, and I don't do like enough testing a lot of the time. But sometimes the structure works and some of the cards don't work. So I'm always open to suggestions if we rebuild these decks and rerun them and stuff. So yeah. Moving on, Ill-Timed Explosion. I already talked about it. Best card in my deck. No, not much more to say. Aclazotz, our anti-red beast. So Aclazotz is just a nice trade card. We always want to trade this with like a mono-red threat. Even if we're not going to kill it, we block it. We get some damage off the board. We gain some life. And if it survives, we're swinging in for 4, making them discard. If it dies, then we get a little bit of land ramp. This card's just awesome. Like, there's not much to say about this card. Everyone loves this card, or like it's proven it's one of the most played cards in Standard. It's just because it's a beast, and if it stays in the battlefield for too long, you're absolutely going to win the game. Deadly Cover Up, just a board wipe and exile removal if we want it. Not much to say. Rotten Mouth. So here we go to our finishers. So this deck was originally built around Coiling Rebirth and Rotten Mouth Viper. And you reanimate Rottenmouth Viper with the Coiling Rebirth, and then you get 2 of them. You get 2 triggers on the blight counters, so they'd have to lose 4 life, sacrifice an online permanent, or discard a card twice, and then next turn, if they didn't remove one of the Vipers, you get 4 triggers. So this is nice. Like, it's a nice card. I think that it's not like a true 6-drop though. Like, if it's removed, it doesn't do much. So it doesn't have like a strong ETB. Like, its ETB is like, yeah, sure, you lose 4 life. But sometimes, like, when you combo with like push pull as well, like you pull it out of the graveyard and then you attack right after, and then you get 3 triggers from the blight counters, which is pretty strong, along with whatever else you're reanimating. So it's like not stronger than a one of, in my opinion. I honestly think that like I could put in another one of these big other threats in the deck and it might perform better. I just wanted to see how it worked with this deck, and it's definitely pretty strong, but I don't know if it's a true 6-drop. I know you're supposed to cheat this out earlier. I probably like put it in like a 5-drop category, because if it's removed, it doesn't get much value, and all these other cards that are in my deck get so much more value, even if they're removed right away. So yeah, moving on. Perforated Crocodile is the Reanimator target in Alchemy. Like, it's built for reanimation, because you can cycle it, and you can end up just like reanimating it and not having to worry about the site, like not having to worry about getting your graveyard. It's really nice. When it enters, it gives -2/-2 to all your creatures with the enchantment, and then if they still survive, they lose 2 life each upkeep if this enchantment's still in that creature. So this is not game winning. This is just like control for like token decks and things like that. And it also sometimes will like make our opponent's big threats a little bit less big and a little bit taxing for them. I think it's a really good card. I just know that like when they were designing this, they were like, this is a Reanimator card, and it works well in reanimation. Like, what am I gonna say? It's just like it does its job really well. So I like this card. Vein Ripper though is probably the bomb hit in my deck. If I get 2 of these in my graveyard and I push pull them out of the graveyard together, I will be swinging for 12 in the air, and on the end step, so I'll do 12 damage to them. On the end step, they both die, so they both die at the same time, and they'll both be getting 2 triggers because they both see each other die, and that's 8 extra damage, and we gain 8 life. So that's 20 damage by itself, 1 push pull, pulling both Vein Rippers out, instant kill, as long as the opponent hasn't gained any life. Unbelievably strong. It's like by itself, you play this, it's unbelievably strong too. Like, it's just this is just like the card you want. Like, you always want a Vein Ripper. You play it by itself. It's hard to remove. If they remove it, you gain life. Like, and they lose life. There's taxes. There's consequences for having to get rid of this card. And a lot of the times, like, you'll play it and then you can just board wipe, and the board wipe gains you enough life and kills and like deals enough damage to them that you win the game. So like, this is just a beast card. It's a reason that it was like so strong in Pioneer and stuff, with the Vein Ripper cheating out combo. So yeah, this is just an unbelievably strong card, and getting it out early on, with like something like Coiling Rebirth, getting 2 of them is really, really strong. So yeah, I like this. I think this is just the perfect fit for the deck. Trumpeting Carnosaur. This is the best hit with Coiling Rebirth, because we get to discover 5 twice, and all we do is give them a card, and we get the 7/6 and the 1/1. And normally the discover 5's like 2 removal spells or something like that, which is oftentimes great. So yeah, this is a great card. Everyone knows about Trumpeting Carnosaur. We can also discard it to deal 3 damage, so it's easy to reanimate as well. We don't need to work on getting that into our graveyard. Easy include, not much to say. Grenzo, Premier Alchemy heist threat. This is the heist card. When it enters, you heist target opponent's library, and we may pay a 0 for any heisted spell once a turn. So like, I can just heist a card and play it for free when I play it. Doesn't matter if I play it on push pull or Coiling Rebirth. I can't copy it with Coiling Rebirth because of the legendary clause, so I can't heist twice, which is a little bit of clunkiness in my deck, but to be honest, it's fine to have this in the deck. Like, it will always get value. It's always strong as long as you get on the battlefield. And like sometimes we can be playing like a Virtue of Persistence for free or something like that, and it's like, well, how do they beat a Virtue of Persistence for free? You know, like we have all these strong Reanimator targets and things like that. So Grenzo's just a beast. Love this card. I hate playing against it, but I think that it's probably the least egregious heist card, to be honest. Like if you get removal for it, it's just like a heist one. But like something like Triumphant Getaway just always like gets me. It just irks me because so much value for 4 mana spell. So I think this card's a lot more fair, but mainly because it's a 6 cast as well. But anyways, it fits really well in this deck, and I like it a lot, so they included it. Virtue, I got into a Virtue battle off stream with this. So I had my Virtue, I used it for removal, and then I played it, and then the guy on his side played his Virtue, and I had 2 Vein Rippers in my graveyard, and we were just cycling Vein Rippers, and we were cycling all my other creatures, and like I ended up getting enough value off my Rebirths and my push pulls eventually to like take over. But the Virtue's like a perfect fit in this deck. It's removal, it's recursion, like each turn if you need it. Like we're gonna get to that mana eventually because we have so much early game removal and like board wipes and stuff. So Virtue's just a solid card all around. I might even consider adding a second one into the deck, but that's remain to be seen. Last one's Volborn Tyrant. Considering adding 2 of these instead of the Rottenmouth Viper, because if you push pull a Volborn Tyrant, you get 2 triggers off of its ETB for each Volborn Tyrant. So I might consider adding a second one, but regardless, whenever this enters on a push pull with like a Vein Ripper, a Carnosaur, or a Grenzo, or any of my creatures, you'll draw 2 cards. You'll gain 6 life, and then when it dies on the push pull, you'll just get another Volborn Tyrant, and it's just like easy value. Not much to say. Like Coiling Rebirth gives you 2 triggers on it as well, and then a third one when it dies. Yeah, this card's a beast card. Like all these Reanimator targets are beast cards. I will give one shout out to a card that I took out, but is also a really good Reanimator target if you're looking to build a deck like this. Saint Elenda is probably one of my favorite Reanimator targets in general. The only thing is that it doesn't work well with Coiling Rebirth, and it doesn't get as much value on the push-pull because you want it to keep generating value each turn. But basically this card just gives you like a 4/4 white avatar creature token, and it nets you like a free spell when you reanimate it. And if it stays in the battlefield, you get like bigger and bigger avatars every turn and things like that. This is an honorable mention. I don't know if that's like something people are interested in making this deck or anything, but I will reiterate that this deck got me to, or similar deck got me to rank like 65 Mythic on like the world leaderboard. So I think that people really underestimate these Reanimator shells. They think they're too slow for like mono red and mice and stuff, but you will see that this deck is not slow against mono red. Like this deck is the kryptonite of mono red. I don't know how, but it just is. So anyways, you'll see, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I love this type of deck, so I hope you enjoy it as well. And there's a lot of fun combo potential. I don't think this is the last time I'm going to be playing this deck as well too. So if you do miss this video, next time we'll be revisiting. But hey man, enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll be back with the Alchemy Academy Pick'em. I still don't know what I'm going to call it, but I'll let you choose 3 decks that we can pick from for the next video and the next stream, and yeah, we'll move on from there. But yep, just enjoy, and I'll be seeing you at the Pick'em. Bye. I'm loving these shove-asides. I love the Feed the Cycles. Feed the Cycles kind of dual purpose because if we play a heist deck, Feed the Cycle is a huge counter to them heisting our push pulls, because we ideally fill our graveyard with a bunch of cool stuff for them to steal eventually, because they normally get to high mana before me. But if I have a bunch of Feed the Cycles, I can exile their shit, or my own shit, before they get a chance to steal it, or like in response, so they waste my card. Yeah, they end up wasting my card, which is like a huge blowout. Because they were like, so a lot of times they're just hoping that they can blow me out in that case. But my back is not getting blown out today, sir. I already have 3 in the graveyard. Wow. Hired Claw plus Emberheart Challenger. Interesting. Alright, we chill. I don't think I'm as impressed with this card as I was when it first came out. He's gonna pass to damage. I think I have to just pay full here and kill this. I was really impressed at the beginning because I thought that its Valiant ability was really, really strong. It's definitely like 2 mana 2/2 haste prowess is really strong in general, but I thought that its Valiant thing was stronger than it is, but it seems like if I'm always gonna trade off with it. Okay, he's shocking itself. He wants to... Interesting. He wants to play the Flame Cash Gecko. But he just traded that card for the Flame Cash Gecko. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like he got too much value off that. So I have the Brass's Tunnel Grinder. I think I just play that now. And just dump the Vein Ripper. We have a few things to dump, so I'll play the Ill-Timed Explosion next turn. I'll kill the Flame Cash Gecko and whatever thing he plays this turn. I haven't seen any pump spells yet. He's mono red with like lizards and mice. Maybe he hasn't pumped it up yet because I've held up mana. I mean, that's just like ideal. I love having these like cheeky board wipes because this shit's so annoying to play against when you're running a bunch of targeted removal. Lovely. All right, so I need to do this before he blows me out, but this is a great turn. Next turn, I just run the Coiling Rebirth out and I get 2 Vein Rippers. And each Vein Ripper will give me hella value. Alright, he's gonna do it again. I wish I had another Ill-Timed Explosion, to be honest. I don't know if the Vein Rippers are gonna be stronger than what he's got going on. But at least they'll be first striked, so if he kills a Vein Ripper, I'll get the triggers before he deals damage to me. Then I have a Carnosaur follow-up, which is nice. Hopefully he just plays like more shit. Yeah, Slickshot Show Off is more shit. I will be blocking this Slickshot with the Vein Ripper, I think. More creatures, please. Does he have a 5 mana burn spell? He does. I think he has a Scorching Shot. He's because he was mousing over my Vein Ripper. All right, 2 double strikes. So can he kill me? Let's say he has 2 Monstrous Rages. That's 10 from each. That's 20 damage. That's just enough to kill me. I think if I block this one, he can't Monstrous Rage me with one thing. and leave the other one, I think we're good. Yeah, like one Monstrous Rage won't first strike this Vein Ripper. If he Monstrous Rages this one, then it's dead. Or I'm dead. Alright, he's gonna... Wait, what? Why? Wait, why do that now? That was bad. Wait, that was just a bad play. And now I'm like ahead on life again. Alright, I don't know. So I have two choices. I could either kill this with a Carnosaur or play it out. I think I just play it out because I have the Fable Passage to get the trigger on the Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Oh, and we drew an ill-timed explosion. Alright. 3 games in a row on mono red. Down the toilet. Get shit on. For those who don't know, I am a known mono red hater. I drink the Haterade daily. It knows what's going on, man. Another mouse deck. Is that like 5 games in a row? Yeah, I think it's 5 games in a row. Recruit Instructor. Wow, just like we planned it out. Good job. I'd really like to not get land screwed. Alright, we're gonna have to destroy this now, like last game. We have the ill-timed explosions, though, so we're in a good spot if we can draw one more land. Just need one more. I know it's a lot to ask because we just hit our last land drop, but... Another land would hit very hard. Gonna be 3 damage to the face this turn. Question is, do I kill the... Alright, I didn't get the land, but I have to shoot the sheriff. I think that I put this on red. Because if I draw a mountain, I can't ill-timed explosion. But if I put it on black... Wait, let me see. I will have 3 cards in the graveyard next turn. So I can cast the Feed the Cycle regardless. Yeah, I think I have to let this Prairie Survivalist survive. Yep. And I have to kill this Flowerfoot Swordmaster to stop myself. Oh, wait, but I should probably kill one of these. Yeah. The more I slow him down, the better. So if I could, I'm trading some life for some future potential loss right now. Alright, this is what I wanted. So we discard the Vein Ripper, and he went first, right? Yeah. I'll discard the Vein Ripper in the end, so I can double spell next turn if I need to. Alright, Emberheart Challenger nude with the 4-2 is pretty good. Just hit me with 4, don't do anything suspect. What the hell? +2/+2. And it gets trample. Alright. This is nice. We have a shove aside right now. And we have a follow-up for anything he plays next turn with the Feed the Cycle. We're going to draw a land as well, so we'll be able to Gorenzo the turn after. Nothing from him. Alright. I think we Heartfire here. We can build up a Heartfire hero. Decent care. Brother, that seems very automated. Maybe if you chill for a little bit, we chat. I'll add you on Discord, but I think I'm gonna pass for now. All right, double shove aside. Yeah, let's Viper here. We'll play full. He'll take some damage. I think the only thing that can really kill me right now is a slick shot into, I don't know, something like a Monstrous Rage or any instant or sorcery. Anything that's in the air can just one shot me. All right, Raging Battle Mouse is not a huge concern. All right, we can ill-timed explosion and wipe their whole board. Or I can push pull and kill them all at once. Let's see, that's 6 in the air. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, I think this is game. Might be a little, like, this is definitely a gamble because I know I have a free board wipe on the ground. They have the shove aside. All right. We'll start with that. Kill the Recruit Instructor. Gain 2 life. Yeah, I don't think that was risky at all. I think that was just like pretty, because we're gonna gain so much life regardless. Yeah, they could have taken 7 damage there, and then I'd gain 4 at the end of the turn and stuff. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed those games. We're gonna go into our little Alchemy pick'em here. So we're just gonna take 3 decks that I made like some kind of shell for, and we're gonna vote on which ones we want to see on the next episode of Alchemy Academy. So I'm gonna just present 3 decks. Before we do that though, this big ping deck, I ran this on stream after it was recommended by the first pick'em. My stream got really just horrible quality, and I feel really bad about that. I didn't want to, like, I made it a little short for my channel, and I realized how poor the video was on it. So I didn't end up making a video for it. But we will be running this big ping deck next stream, which will be right after this video premieres. So look forward to that, and we're gonna pick 3 new decks that we're gonna run, and then this big ping deck will be running for our next video. So look forward to that, and yeah, we'll go through 3 decks here that I can kind of spend my wild cards on and you know, work a little bit with. So gonna go with the first one is, maybe we'll do Monsters Inc. actually. So Monsters Inc. is built around the card Guild Pact Greenwalker, and when it enters, you choose a creature in your hand, and it perpetually incorporates 2, one color, so 1 green, and it gets +4/+4. And multicolored creatures you control have Ward 2. So the goal with this card right now, or this deck, is I want to be building a low to the ground creature deck that has some really big payoffs for big creatures. So one example of this is like a Gold Vein Hydra. So we play the Guild Pact Greenwalker and we incorporate this for 2. So it'll enter as a 4/4 for 3 mana, and then you have the X in addition. So it just gives a little bit of boost to the power. Other examples are like that. I don't have it in here because I didn't have the wild cards for it, but it's a cloak spell. Let's see. Is it cloak? Face down. I'm trying to find it. Here, Pyrotechnic Performer. So you can play it for 3. As a disguised, and it doesn't matter what its incorporate is. I'll actually add these in right now. But when it turns up, it'll be a 7/6, and it'll deal 7 damage to the face if you target with Guild Pact Greenwalker. So it's a thought. It's a thought for a deck. I think it has some potential, but I will need to spend a lot of wild cards on it. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is going to be Farmers Only Part 2 as well. So this one is basically just a basic land ramp deck that has a doppelgang finish, and the way we get there is with vigorous farming. So this is a pretty cool new Alchemy Bloomburrow card, and it says when lands you control enter the battlefield, they become untapped. And then at the beginning of your end step, the topmost land card in your library perpetually gains when this land is tapped for mana. Add an additional green source. So it's a way to just like boost your lands to crazy amounts. I would put something like a Mythweaver Pock in this deck, and when I was testing this deck a little bit, but it doesn't copy the perpetuality effects on the lands if you play them after you have Mythweaver out. So I'm trying to work on that synergy and some other things, but so far we haven't found anything that really works too well with the vigorous farming, and it might be a little bit hard with all the colors in our deck. So let me know what you think about this one as well. I think that this one has potential. And I just know that these ramp decks are really undervalued, and we could get a lot of good out of them. So yeah, that's option 2. And then our final option, let's see, what do we want for our final option? Probably something like the Mice Infestation deck. So this is like a Convoke deck, but I wanted to make it like a combo of like the two most busted decks in Alchemy. So like a Mice Convoke deck. So I was really like, when the Alchemy set first got revealed, I was really hyped on Recruit Instructor. I knew it would ruin the format with all the Mice decks and stuff, but I think that there's a lot of options here. Like if we could combine some of these perspective deck combinations and like maybe make something work with the Buxton as well. I might have to change this deck completely. Like, I don't know if the Mice works really well, but we're going to do some deck testing. And if this one's the one you guys want to see, then we'll invest the wild cards for the best deck we can. So those are the options. We have Farmers Only Part 2 is our second pick. Monsters Inc. is our first one, and Mice Infestation is our third one. So just let me know in the comments what you think, and we'll see. We'll see which one we end up running in the next stream. So that'll be after Big Ping premieres though. So yeah, look forward to that. And yeah, I guess we'll get into the rest of the games, and I'll see you at the wrap up. Bye bye. Does it count? No, it hasn't counted this. Oh, it did. All right, we're at 5-1. Yeah, 83% win rate this stream. And we have played Mice and Mono Red every single game this stream, by the way. This is the state of Alchemy at the moment. I'm not complaining if we're winning and stuff, because like it feels good to win, but just the variety is not there, let me tell you. Like ideally this deck could beat any deck. It's not super narrow. It does its thing, It just we haven't had a chance to, like, another mono red deck, like just like so lame, man. I'm getting like a little bit tired of like the game is just like a little bit exhausting, because like I'm always playing the same shit. It's not as like exciting anymore. I put this on red for the ill-timed explosion. Hopefully we draw a land. We can cycle these Tyrants and the Grenzo out of my hand. Nothing. Alright. We'll feign a counterspell here. Or removal. We don't have anything though. He could give it haste. Yep. I always know what's going on with these decks, man. Alright, so I could target with Virtue. If he has a Monstrous Rage, I'm absolutely blown out though, so like I know he has something. Monstrous Rage, just like one of the many things. I mean, what did I say? What did I say? I mean, I do take 6 damage from it, but saving myself like future damage is really important there. Just need one land. One land, then we can cycle our hand a little bit. Come on, brother. All right. Well, we get some removal at least. I discard the Tyrant here. Oh, not really too much except for the thing that gives it +2/+2 could blow me out here. All right, he's got that Ruckus. Wow, this is a horrible draw. Did I start with 3 lands in hand? Yeah, I'll keep discarding. All right. He's not comfortable playing shit yet, which is great for me. Awesome. Land is fantastic. If we get a land, if he gives us a turn, we can just play our Coiling Rebirth on the big dino. I think he might just still kill us though. Yeah, he might just still kill us. Which is a big shame. What is that? I gained 6. I don't have any blockers for his flyers though. Thing is, if I just keep stalling, he's just gonna like get better options. Can he do 10 damage to me with one of those? I'm thinking yes. I might have to just keep waiting. Yeah. It sucks, but I don't think like... Alright, Emberheart Challenger. He's gonna go all in this turn. No, he isn't. Sir, please play something. Alright. No. Does he have something? Alright, he doesn't have it. Alright, so he can't fling. He doesn't have too much in the air. I think we just play the back god. Yeah. We just play the back god. He's gonna do some shenanigans here. If he can kill this, that's not the worst thing in the world. Double slick shot attack lets me get some health back on this guy. That's not enough damage to kill me. If he has a... Alright. I love that he's attacking with his other one. I don't care if my guy dies. I just want some life. So sweet. I love that he did that. Alright, and then we have enough mana for the end too. Oh wait, this is actually like, this might be wraps. If you're just tuning in, we have played mono red 6 times in a row. No, this is our 7th time in a row. Alright, you can swing. I will be exiling your bitch. Alright, he's gonna get a draw, but I have an ill-timed explosion. Library. That was the next up in his library, it looked like. What are you drawing? Alright, he can't play that. Alright, we are in the clear finally. It took so many turns. Alright, here we go. Double Volporn. We played that so patiently and it paid off so nice. I'm really impressed by myself. Yeah. There we go. There we go. I've been struggling so much against them recently. I didn't give enough respect to black and how strong their removal is there, and it's really helping a lot. This is a slow hand. If we play another mono red deck, looks like it's not mono red. All right, we're very tech to play mono against mono red right now, but I'm not upset to mix it up. You know, we got shoot the sheriffs and things. Kitsa. I think we're going to start off with Artist Talent and try to find our board wipes, because it looks like we're going to get a lot of otters on the board against us. Draw a card, discard, copy target instant or sorcery. He has prowess, so virtue doesn't really work against him. That's good to note. I was ready to just punch that guy in the face. I'm going to dump this. Yeah. We'll just chill for now. And we're going to dump the Vein Ripper. Hopefully we can Coiling Rebirth it. Ill-timed Explosion is what I was looking for. Looks like this might be like a Reanimator deck. Into the Flood mod doesn't seem very Reanimator to me. Return target creature an opponent controls to its hand. I don't want to look at that. If the gift was promised, instead return target online permanent. Tempest Trapper. Add 2 mana of any color to whenever you cast your third spell each turn. Exile a random card from your library, and then you can play it without paying its mana cost. Alright, well, I need to spend this now so I can find a land. And we're going to dump our... Sad to say, it might be our Virtue, yeah. Is the Virtue. Popped in the face. Alright. I think we can play our Cruel Claw this turn if we don't draw a land. Alright, we do draw a land. He might be running counters though, so I'm not gonna blow my load just yet. I could also just upgrade this thing. Yeah, let's do this. Let's upgrade this thing. And we'll counter whatever he plays. Leave ourselves open for the ill-timed or the Coiling Rebirth and the counter spell next turn if we can. What is it? 2 mana counter spell and then wait, Valley Flood Caller. Yeah, let's just counter this. I don't know what that does. And I'm gonna ditch the Cruel Claw. I think it's a little bit late. Could also recur it if we need to. I could have just burned it. Yeah, I didn't realize I was pulling that up soon. Tap out, please. Pool resources is tapping out. All right. You can take a card. I'm going to get fucking massive board presence. Ditch you. Ba-bam! So, if they wipe the board, they take 8 damage, and I gain 8 life. And they're spending a card on it. But I don't think they have much to wipe the board, unless they had an ill-timed explosion or something. Cruel Claw, I can reanimate Cruel Claw with the push-pull, but that's about it. I'm just going to run out the Carnosaur. I can't. Oh. Alright. This deck's sweet. This deck's absolutely sweet. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to go to the deck tech right now. And the deck was really solid this stream, like really solid. The win rate's a little bit deceiving here. So we had we had 6 versions of this deck, and we made this deck a really long time ago. But I did all the refining for it right before we streamed this. And we ended up running really well with the new version of the deck. So the new version of the deck, we played 38 games of. I don't know how we played that many games, to be honest. I guess I just kind of grinded this shit. I have no idea, but this is our stream we played on, and we had an 89% win rate on our stream, um, which is unbelievable. Uh, it's actually kind of crazy. And then and then before that, when we refined the deck more, we went 9-1 before that. Um, so I mean, the deck seems pretty strong. I mean, and then before that, we didn't run quite as well. Maybe it's just because we were learning the deck, or we just got some poor matchups or something. But as you can see down here, like these other like versions of the deck, like some of them ran well and stuff. But um, in the final version, we ended up running a 74% win rate, which is really solid. And in these 2 sessions, we ended up around 90%, which is awesome. So the deck's strong. I know that these decks can really run a format in best of one, especially. It's not going to work that great in best of three, just because it's so easily countered by like a single rest in peace or something like that. But in best of one, this deck's just like so strong. It has so much early game removal and so much late game potential. It doesn't have to dance between either countering early game decks or getting like bodied by like late game decks. Like it has the best of both worlds. It has like easy, fast combo kill turns. Like it works good against control and things like that. So I'm really high on this deck. This deck's awesome, and it is not the last time you'll be seeing it. We're going to be running some new decks next time and for the next few videos, but I definitely want to bring this back and start grinding with it to the top ranks of Mythic towards the end of the season, because I think that it can get us there. I think it can probably get us to like at least rank like 250 or something like that. The deck similar to this got us to rank 65. So um, you know we definitely have something good there, and I want to keep running it because it also is really fun to play. So um, that's it for the deck. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you want to see for the channel. I'm happy to make changes and stuff. I want to hear what my few loyal followers have to say. So I mean, I appreciate people stopping by and checking my stuff out. I just want to make a product that's good, and then hopefully more people will find it. Um, but yeah, I appreciate the support so far, and have a good one, and enjoy your life, and go do something outside. I don't know. But yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.